through spinning.
Can we say new champ?
Walk out of here as the brand new Ryse brand champion. The complexion of this organization could change completely before we get to that staple of the Ryse Rumble, July 12th.
And it can only take 3 seconds for all of that to happen.
Of course, my name's Jim Amata, being joined by the esteemed Ty Cross, one half of the very first Ryse Tag Team Champions. So when it comes to Ryse Gold, Ty Cross, you know the story better than most. What will Christian Noir have to do to walk out of here still the grand champion?
He is going to have to throw everything he has at a competitor like Sam Beale. There's no other way to put it, and there's no way around it. Both of these men in this ring have to throw everything they have and leave it all in the ring to walk out as grand champion.
In my mind, Christian Noir has a home field advantage, so to speak, but there is absolutely no flaw in the game of Sam Beale. Sam Beale is technical, he is powerful, he has the speed, he has the agility, and he's in the prime of his career. I really believe that Sam Beale is a top-tier threat to that championship because he is in a prime position, no pun intended, to obtain championship gold in the main event scene here in Ryse Wrestling.
Sam Beale's success has made him a permanent fixture in this Ryse locker room. And that was also an excellent pun on my part.
You're very proud of yourself, aren't you?
I won't be put backwards on puns. I will always pun my way to the top.
So that's how you got that chair.
Permanently.
Oh, man. Beale changed levels and went low, went right to the bread basket, and is now able to get control of this contest with that side headlock, and that's what I'm talking about. Sam Beale knew when to change levels, he knew when to go low to slap on that side headlock high.
He's young, but he's savvy, and he's smart.
That is a very good adjective right there. That explains Sam Beale to a T. I don't know if he wants to match power with the Bayou Scarecrow.
He's trying to bait Noir in right here.
Noir is a big boy. I don't think people realize just how big that man is. He is a solid 275 pounds.
And they are going shoulder to shoulder.
And Beale does have a height advantage, but as I said, Noir, that man is built like a tank.
Follow the lariat.
And that's what I'm talking about, using that power and that mass to run over the challenger in that exchange. And this is where Noir really excels, a controlled frenzy of sorts inside the ring ropes. A very frenetic pace does the champion bring to the table.
Well, Noir is so deceptively agile and deceptively strong. He's been one of the most overlooked competitors in Pittsburgh wrestling for years now. He's finally getting his flowers. He's finally getting that title run that's long eluded him. But still, people like Sam Beale step between those ropes with him.
The pressure's on, there's no doubt about it.
But they still overlook him. And you see right there the power, the agility, the finesse, all on display so far in the beginning of this contest.
Being one half of the first tag champions, as I said in our introductions, I'm going to ask you, Ty Cross, what changes as an athlete as Beale levels Noir? Wait a minute, cover here. What changes as an athlete when you reach that championship level? How does your preparation change? How does your execution change?
Noir went through the same trials that Edric and myself went through in this area where we were overlooked and downtrodden, finally got an opportunity, seized it, and finally earned our flowers in this area. And to be honest, when I lost the gold, I took my ball and went home because I felt like there would never be another opportunity for me to climb that mountain again from back at the bottom. So for Christian Noir, this title is
the pressure
everything.
is on.
The pressure is more on than it's ever been. It might be more on now than it was when he was wrestling to win the title, because if he loses it, is he going to get another opportunity?
And maybe that's the real paradigm of being a champion. Can you carry that burden? Can Christian Noir carry the burden of the Ryse Brand Championship? We're going to find out.
Heavy weighs the crown. And the crown in Ryse Wrestling is one of the heaviest in all of Pittsburgh.
And I think that has been the most interesting shift in the career of Christian Noir, is handling, carrying that championship, rising to the occasion. No pun intended. I'm not trying to jump on your footsteps.
That's okay. I'll share puns, but you got to understand on the other side, Sam Beale has already. This is his second title match in a Ryse ring. He wrestled Pretty Boy Smooth for an NWA title, I believe, on his debut here in Ryse, and now he's wrestling for the Grand Championship. So on the other side, Sam Beale is confident because he is just walking into, look at the power, the Beale from Sam Beale. He is just walking into title opportunity after title opportunity. He's young, he's strong, he's arrogant, and he's considered a top prospect. So the pressure for Sam Beale doesn't really weigh as much as it does on Noir, because Beale can easily walk into another opportunity if he's unsuccessful here. That's another layer of confidence.
Launching Noir, back press, hooks both legs. And that's what you have to take note of right there. Sam Beale is a true pro. Hooked not
both
one,
legs.
but both legs.
And he could throw caution to the wind
He
here.
won't do anything sloppy. He's not going to make any major mistakes because he's that solid as an athlete. That
Absolutely.
solid as a competitor. And that's why he has the reputation he has, quite frankly.
Absolutely.
Because he doesn't make elementary mistakes. And that's why he is such a formidable opponent for the Grand Champion in this situation.
And let me ask you this, Jim. If Sam Beale is able to unseat Christian Noir tonight, would you consider that a true upset?
No.
And that's what I'm saying. Sam Beale is new to this company relatively, and Christian Noir has been in Pittsburgh and been in Ryse since its inception, but it would not be an upset if Beale wins the title.
And the reason being, quite frankly, is the management here at Ryse Wrestling. They bring in top-tier competition. There are no easy title defenses in Ryse Wrestling.
Yes.
We see that on this program week in and week out, whether it's in the tag division cover here.
But do we as commentators that have watched Christian Noir climb the mountain so many times and finally reach the top, are we sitting here and are we underestimating Christian Noir because we don't think that would be an upset?
No, I think it's just a matter of the competition that management brings in here, whether it's the tag division, the Ascension Championship, or in this case, the Grand Championship. The challengers that come in here are competition that earn it. Absolutely.
It's top-tier competition.
There are no easy defenses in Ryse Wrestling. It just doesn't happen. That's the nature of this organization as it has evolved over the past 8.5 years.
Christian Noir just defended the title against the former New Japan Tag Team Champion, right? The former, I believe, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. He contended for it, for sure.
He was a competitor in the IWGP Super Junior
Thank you,
tournament.
yes.
He was a 3-time TNA Tag Champion
Yes.
in Ace Austin.
And now we're looking at Sam Beale, who is one of these shining stars in the National Wrestling Alliance. And wait, look at this!
Counter.
And what my point is here, and then you see the big stop to the back, and look at the piston right hand from Sam Beale. What my point is Christian Noir has faced a gauntlet of competitors. Since he won the title against the former WWE superstar, all the way up until now, he has faced a gauntlet of competitors that most Grand Champions don't really see.
That's the responsibility that comes with being the Grand Champion in 2025.
And the elevation of what this title has become and what it means to pro wrestling in general.
Absolutely. We
The
talked
best
about
of
it.
the best.
We talked about it last week on this program. Ron Mathis blew out his damn knee for it.
Exactly. It is, and look at this situation Noir is in right now. This is not good. This is not a front chancery, but a cravat.
A European-style cravat there.
That is cutting off the blood supply on both sides of the neck.
And that's the carotid artery and the airway. That's why that is such a resourceful maneuver from Sam Beale because he knew what he was doing there. That was no coincidence. That was no accident. But Noir going to try to rough up Sam Beale. As smooth as Sam Beale is, Noir like a kamikaze. We know he's used that mentality throughout his career. Launching himself at Sam Beale here. 2.5.
And the great thing about the competition in this company is if either one of these competitors, as much as we might not like Sam Beale for his attitude and his swagger and the way he carries himself in the ring and the way he executes, either one of these competitors walking out of this ring tonight would be great for this company as champion. And that is just, again, a test of the level of competition. Noir, Beale, two excellent competitors fighting for one of maybe the ultimate prize in Pittsburgh wrestling.
Oh,
wow.
Man, you heard that. Rock the jaw of the champion. But I don't know if even Sam Beale wants to exchange strikes with Noir. Beale's height advantage could help him out here because he has to swing down to deliver those forearms, whereas Noir has to swing up.
The biggest advantage is that rake to the eyes, though, Jim. Noir able to follow up with a strong right forearm.
And you can see these two are drenched in sweat on this humid summer evening as they fight it out for the privilege to call themselves the Ryse Grand Champion. We're going to find out who heads into the Ryse Rumble July 12th.
Beale in. Wow, what an exchange. Christian Noir baited Sam Beale into following off that running the ropes and then caught him with a super kick, but Beale able to shake it off just long enough for a huge lariat, and now both competitors are down. We are in a stalemate right now.
Referee Mark Charles laying down the count. Mark Charles, one of the best in the business.
And it's on Beale to get to his feet first.
Absolutely.
Because on a draw,
you have to beat the champion.
Noir would retain, so Beale wisely getting to his feet first.
Yes, a draw would yield to the champion, and Sam Beale knows that. Hooks up Noir. Noir counters out here.
What
diving. Noir launched himself.
How close?
You don't get any closer than that. That's how
I
close.
Had such a visual bead right between two fans' heads on that hand. That was as close as I've ever seen a near fall.
And we're seeing the tenacity of Christian Noir. We talked about how he scratched and clawed to get to that championship, and he's showing you how much he's willing to sacrifice to keep it, quite frankly.
And we've been awful serious tonight calling this contest, but I do got to make light of one thing. We've discussed the humidity in this ring. How great does that perm still look on Sam Beale? That is unbelievable perm work Beale has going on in this humidity.
Noir going up top. This is unfamiliar territory. Noir could be getting a little desperate. No water in the pool.
Stomp.
Oh,
what a headbutt.
Man. Right on the point of the jaw, right on the chin.
Unbelievable.
Could be a new champion.
What a maneuver, a Rough Rider leg drop, a Famouser delivered from the top rope, a springboard Famouser. Incredible offense by Sam Beale and incredible resilience by the Grand Champion. Still, for this moment, Christian Noir.
Will Noir still be the champion before we go off the air? That's what we're going to find out here. And I believe Noir
the torso
is snacking on the flesh.
Went for the thumb, almost caught the official.
And that Asiatic spike.
Dredge used as a leverage weapon.
And Beale cut him in half, hooks that leg.
I think he nickel cracked his spine with that one. And now Sam Beale, this is a gut check. Sam Beale has to dig into his bag of tricks to see what he can do to put down the resilient Grand Champion.
This is my championship.
Noir looks exhausted.
And another headbutt, this time delivered by the champ.
Big time Samoan drop. The tide could be turning, but we've already seen this week on the Thursday Throwdown that professional wrestling is determined by inches.
Wait a second, Lawless!
What the hell is he
The
doing
gavel!
out here? The gavel just blasted everybody. What's his problem? He's got no right to be out here.
It's Everhart! It's the new ugly!
And we know these two have hated each other for months.
And now Mara's in the ring.
Wait, Jace Mara, and in comes Tad Jarvis. Everything is erupting. Everything is exploding in the stronghold. Ty Cross, I think we're running out of time, but we're seeing an unintended preview of the Ryse Rumble July 12th. For Ty Cross, I'm Jim Milano. We'll see you next time.